Well, alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another session of our Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today. We are unfortunately down a couple, but hopefully they will return next week. But if you guys want to say hey, you absolutely can to our wonderful audience.
Hello.
Well, thank you, Alva, for the wonderful
You're
hello.
welcome.
But we're going to start this session the same way we start every session off, with a little bit of a recap. So, without further ado, last time you guys were heading down the mountain to Phandalin. Several of your troop had strange happenings to their bodies, odd growths or parts moving like they shouldn't. Unsure what this meant, you continued on, coming across a cow that had strange tentacles on it for a moment before it puked several kind of psychically charged gray oozes. Getting a lot of feedback from you, Alba. But these oozes did lash out with their energies. You splattered them into nothingness as if they were nothing. Arguing about how to handle the cow afterward, you ended up deciding to leave it there and made it back to Phandalin. You received your payment for rescuing some of the villagers, as well as helping out previously from the townmaster, getting some information about town and learning that there were some miners missing southwest of town as they encountered a large bush with strange powers, apparently. Halia Thornton said that she'd pay a percentage of their findings if you found out what happened to them and hopefully brought them back. But you guys eventually got back to the inn to see what Gwen Orsong thought of all of your findings. You showed some objects to her, which she was quite impressed and a little bit jealous that you saw the Dwergar mine in person. But while here, the innkeeper, Toblin Stonehill, informed you that his son had been missing since yesterday evening, playing in the hills after dark. Begged you all to find his boy Pip. Zadkiel and Alva marched straight out, essentially, and went to check out any information, while White Claw, Isabel, and Cal stayed with Gwyn, talk about their discoveries. Zad and Alva found Carp Alderleaf, Mel's nephew, playing around the farm where she was, just not far away. And Carp told you that Pip went wandering yesterday evening southeast. He kind of pointed across the hill. Alva and Zad in the direction. Alva turned into a horse as the... I was just going to get to you, White Claw. Alva turned into a horse as the pair rode, started to ride to go check it out. But that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to do a little kind of flashback. Flash sideways. If anybody's seen Lost, don't watch it. But to where Mel, you're kind of on the porch of the Alderley farm talking to your sister about all of the happenings and telling her what you encountered. She was just discussing and telling you that there's still, she thinks 11 people still missing throughout town. Various walks of life. But as you're kind of like looking, you're talking to her on the porch, drinking some tomato juice or lemonade, you would see Zadkiel and Alva approach young Carp, your nephew, and start talking to him. And kind of as they get embroiled in this conversation, you see Alva turn into a horse. What do you do, Mel?
Zadkiel? Where are you guys headed off? Where are the others?
There's a missing child. We're off to just take a good look around the area to see what we can find. Pip was his name, I believe. The others are in town. I believe they went to what was the name of that inn?
The only inn in town.
Sorry.
Stonehill.
Yeah, it's the Stonehill. Alva and I were just about to disembark and see if we can catch a trail of Pip.
Wouldn't you need White Claw? I mean, he's really good at tracking.
Well, we could round everybody up, but they'd have to be willing to go now.
Oh. Well, my cousin was saying that about 11 people are missing in town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How many
Everybody seems kind of random that different people are missing.
Well, he was last seen playing over in these hills.
That aside, what time of day is it?
It's still honestly like 10, 11 in the morning. We'll say like 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys weren't very far away from town when you arrived, and I think you arrived at like 8:30 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still early day.
So are you going
Now-
to leave? Are you going to come back this evening, or are you headed off for a couple of
Oh, no.
days?
No, we were just planning on going for maybe a few hours.
No. If you got room on Alvi, can I tag along?
You do also have your donkey or your mule.
I thought
Cal rode it
think
into town,
Cullen had it.
but you could have taken it. It was yours. You could have taken it back to the farm. Your call.
Let me go get my donkey and I'll come with you.
Okay. Sounds great, Mel. Thank you.
Nay.
Meanwhile, White Claw, are you back yet?
Mm-hmm.
All right. White Claw, as you're kind of listening to Cal talk about what he had found in the mine to Gwen Orsong, he kind of starts to mention, "Oh, I've got a mine," and just kind of like talking it up that he's got his own mine. And you would see Isabel kind of just, she'll be drinking herself. She's taking a little nap at the end there, at the table, kind of bored with all the facts that Gwen is kind of spouting out. And Gwen does seem to be kind of like, love to talking about the mine to Cal. Cal kind of turned to you and say, "Why don't you shove off, kitty cat? We're gonna have a conversation here for adults."
For adults, okay, whatever. You talk about your mind. I'll just go check on the town.
Maybe go
Well,
see
you,
what Church Boy's up to. He ran off with the she-devil.
Right. You have some conversation about a mine, and I'll do something productive.
And finances and stuff. You wouldn't understand. And he kind of like quickly turns away. So as I was saying, got myself a magical mine just down south. Lots of artifacts and, well, minerals. And he just kind of goes on and talks about it to Gwen.
Well, he talks.
I think he's trying to pick up Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like it at the end of last session.
While he talks, White Claw's just gonna go outside trying to look into town if there's anything happening or.
You don't want to go try and meet up with your comrades, wink wink?
Slowly going out, go making his way there, yes, down. But yeah, he would make his down.
You would
his way down to
notice
the farm.
Isabel's horse if you wanted to steal that for now.
Nope, he's going on foot. He's
Okay.
not touching that thing.
Fair enough.
I'd say that as Mel's getting the donkey, she runs across White Fang.
Absolutely, that works fine. 'Cause, yeah, your ass would have been at the inn. Yeah, so as you kind of look and turn towards the horse and the donkey there, White Claw, you would see Mel unhooking her mule.
Yeah, taking it back. Colin took it. Why don't you take Isabella's horse? We'd make better time.
Right. I'm already. All right. He's gonna take the horse and.
The horse is it's a well trained and acceptable beast of burden.
In the dirt, Mel writes a little message. We took your horse. Be back by nightfall.
Okay, fair enough. As Alva and Zad kind of wait around the farm there, you would eventually see White Claw oddly riding Isabel's horse and Mel riding her mule back to the farm.
Zad would just call out to White Claw, "You're coming too?"
I ain't gonna leave you guys alone.
Excellent.
The other two are just babbling around, and well, Isabella's drinking herself. So
She passed out.
Thank you, White Claw. All right, shall we be off then?
All right. As you start heading off into the hills, who is leading this venture? Across the foothills.
I guess we'll be Alva and
Yeah,
Zad go.
probably means that me and Alva probably, I'd say.
Okay. Which one of you wants to make the survival check? It is at advantage because of I already forgot his name. Carp and Pip.
Does that have to do with the horse or is Alva?
Well, whenever you transform with your wild shape, you keep all of your mental stats, which means anything that has to do with wisdom, charisma, or intelligence is all Alva. Any physical stat would be from the horse, so strength, dexterity, or constitution. But all of your mental stuff always stays the same. So you're still as intelligent as Alva and as wise and as skilled.
Great. So I'll do it. Don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Give me a survival check at advantage.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of static from you, Alva, as well.
Oh, sorry, that's Dan's PS4 on its last leg of life.
Oh gosh, turn it off. Can you just turn it off? Please hold the button down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
I did the survival check. Okay.
Roll me one more time, because you have advantage, so you get to roll twice.
Oh, okay. Great.
All right. Traveling around for about an hour, getting a couple of miles out, especially on horse. You don't see any sign of Pip. No sign of tracks. It's the weirdest thing. But you are a couple of miles out of town at the moment. Do you continue your search?
How much daylight do we have left?
It's not even noon.
Well, let's keep looking. How we have Fang check for tracks.
Fang's gonna look at you like trap. I don't think I would even know how to look for one.
What? Just smell for a human.
A small one.
I can try.
Yeah,
to
so
but
no
I don't think-
body sweat, just the little guy.
I don't think my smell is gonna be that good.
Let me
can
cast
try.
guidance on you to help you a little bit.
Love how none of you are proficient in survival.
Not anymore. Not since the accident that Fang had.
Isabel's
Will was
proficient.
mentioning.
She's just getting drunk.
So White Claw kind of helming the second leg of the journey. Say no more advantage on it though. But you will have Mel's guidance to kind of guide you along the way. So roll me a survival check. Plus a 2.
Blind leading the blind.
Told you.
With a 3. Now some miles out. It's kind of hard to tell. You feel almost lost in the foothills here as you're just traveling for now 2 hours across the hills.
Maybe we should double back.
As you're now about 4 miles outside of town.
How long
can't-
has he been missing?
Since last night.
He was playing in the hills after dark.
Oh, he could get so far if he wanted.
You guys are also on horse, so you're
miles
going
away.
a little quicker.
Yeah.
I say we go in another hour. I can try to sniff again, but no guaranteed.
Okay, one more hour. I don't want to get lost. Because then we're no use to anyone.
We can go out for like an hour more, then take a left. About an hour, and then head back.
Yeah, double back. Maybe we'll see something we missed.
All right. Who's doing this survival check?
Who's that? Well,
Okay.
Come here, Dad. Let me help you.
You can also add 2 to your rolls, Ed.
yeah, okay.
As you guys are riding over the hills, seeing sparse bits of forest now and then, but mostly just barren hills. And you can even see old, like, kind of excavation sites of, people seeing what the earth may have. Zed, let's see
Yeah,
that survival.
It should pop up any second. I hit the. Oh, it's a web page issue. In 1 second, it should pop up. I just have to give it a second. I got the not responding, but usually if I hit wait, it goes back to normal. But we'll see. If not,
As this
Oh.
tense
Oh, yeah.
investigation, I will take your first roll with a 17.
+2.
Kind of getting lost amongst the hills. Zad, you would notice some odd tracks in the ground. Very odd, and they are leading back closer to town, a little northward. Almost directly east of town. They're almost like someone stabbed the ground, but they're in threes, and there appears to be numerous tracks like this. And they're kind of like just like someone took a big like baseball bat and plunged it into the ground. Not quite
Very-
footprints, but they are odd tracks.
So if a 3-legged stool walked,
Yeah, kind of. About that size too.
Check this out, everyone.
A
What?
three-legged creature.
On Earth could have made tracks like these.
mm-mm. 4-legged stools.
Should we follow?
I mean, that doesn't hurt. We've got
Well,
plenty of time.
we're headed in that direction, isn't it? Back towards town?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's follow. See what this is.
Alva will start trotting in that direction.
Alva, your horse form is about to give way. Because this is during your 3rd hour,
Gotcha.
and you only have 3 hours.
Alright, so Alva kind of bucks a little bit, trying to like
Okay.
signal to Zadkiel.
Oh, do I need to get it off? Oh, sorry. Excuse
Nay.
me. Zad'll get off kind of sheepishly.
Because
And
you continue in your humanoid form, your tiefling form. Slows you down a little bit, but after about 45 or so more minutes, you would spot actually more tracks of a small child footprints kind of behind some bushes and kind of with his eyes closed, sitting behind, like right at the base of a large rock jutting out of the ground. You would see this little, I'd say he's like 10-year-old boy, tan skin, kind of sweating, his eyes closed, breathing hard. Kind of opens them for a second and kind of peeks around the rock. Doesn't seem to have seen you guys.
Alva's gonna call out, Pip? Pip, is that you?
His eyes kind of lurk around, spotting you from this distance, and kind of you can see his hand go to his face as if making the shh, telling you to shush. But then kind of like very kind of smiles a little bit and waves you all over.
Okay. Zadkiel will kind of like quiet jog over. He's keeping his hand on his sword though, because he's wondering what that shush is all about.
Sure.
Alva will follow Zad.
When we get to him, Zad would kneel down, and he would say, "Pip, why do we have to be quiet? Is there danger around?"
Well, sorry. I was just I know I shouldn't have stayed out after dark. But I didn't know what else to do. I saw these things. They were like triangle shaped on top, square bottoms with almost like a stool's legs, but like made of jelly, wandering about. There were 3 of them, and I followed them. I followed them for a little bit, and then they dropped out of sight over there. He kind of points across the rock. I think they fell through the old... There was a dwarf who used to live there, but even before my daddy's time, it fell into his house. I don't know. But I knew I was going to get in trouble for leaving, but I didn't want the monsters to escape. And then no one knowed where they'd gone. I've been watching the hole from here to see, and I didn't know what to do next. I've just been waiting, watching.
Wow. It's not
How
safe.
long have they been in the hole? Pip?
Since I don't know. Early this morning, I think. It was a little before the sun came up.
You know your
Zadkiel-
parents are very, very worried, right?
I know I shouldn't have, but
You
what?
probably should head back to town.
but they're right there, and I just didn't want him to get away because there's all these people missing, and I just wanted to help people out. Maybe they're taking people. I don't know.
It's better
Zod
not to
approaches
play
you.
hero.
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't have a sword like you all, or
Well, you just did.
teeth.
If they would have seen you, they could have taken you.
Zod puts a finger up and he walks over to Pip and he says, "You're a very brave young man.
Yeah, I just wanted to do my daddy proud. I didn't want to.
What you did was extremely dangerous, and your parents are very worried."
Oh, I know. I knew I was gonna get a scolding when I came back, and I figured, what's the
I
harm
don't
in waiting
think
a
you're
little
in,
longer?
I don't think you'll be in trouble. I think that your parents will just be glad that you're safe.
We should really get him back.
We should.
Yeah.
I appreciate your bravery, Pip.
Oh,
But you need
I
to
know
wait
my
till
way
you-
back from here. It's only a couple miles
Oh.
away.
No, we're gonna up on the horse with me here, and I'll bring you. We're gonna bring you back home.
No, I promise I'll go home. I
Pip, we're not gonna argue.
He kind of backs away from you a good bit. I don't. You're weird. I know my way home.
Pip, Pip, and
Yes, Miss
Mel
Mel.
takes out a ration and says, "Pip, here's a ration.
Oh,
Wait
my dad's
here."
got food.
Yeah, but you've been out here all night. You haven't eaten.
Oh, I took some candy from the store.
Candy? Oh, Pip.
I paid for it. I didn't steal it, I promise.
I'm not saying that. You're not. As we say, you're like a half a bottle of water. Good ideas and hope, but you're not old enough for all this.
Well, I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just watching. I promise. I stayed a distance. They seemed like they were looking for. Not me. Like they. I don't know. It was weird, and I wanted to see where they were going because otherwise they'd escape, and then no one would know.
Fine would turn to Zed and Mel and say to Celestial, he can't stay here by himself. We have no guarantees he's not gonna get captured by them when they come out of that hole.
Kind of looks at White Claw funny for speaking a strange language. Well, that was real pretty.
Mel, he's your relative. What do you think? Do you think he'd make it home on his own?
He's not her relative. That's Carp.
It's Carp, sorry. Well, it's your friend's. It's your
relative's friend.
his friend. Right, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Well, how many miles out? About 4?
You guys are about 2 at this point.
About
You
2?
kind of had to backtracked. It would take him like
So
an
he
hour
make
and a
it-
half to get there. 2 hours.
Yeah,
I don't know.
take-
He's a kid. He's got energy.
Yeah, he makes there in an hour if he huffed
So-
it.
Alva will talk to Pip. Pip, what do you plan to do if you're going to stay out here?
Oh, I was just planning on hoping someone like you guys would show up so you could take care of the weird monster things.
Well, we can, but we'd rather do it when you're not around so that you're not vulnerable.
Yeah,
You know?
I can go home now. That's what I just said. I don't
Yes,
need to be
but we'd
taken
rather-
by strange cat people though.
Pip, I want you to stay here while we go look at it, but I'm going to cast a spell that's going to give you a very safe hut to stay in. You stay in there until we come back. I'm thinking Limon's tiny hut.
Yeah, Leoman's tiny hut.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, it's a great idea.
Like, okay. Sure.
You take this ration, and here's some water, and you just stay in there. And if we don't come back, then yes, immediately go back to the village. Go back to Phandelver, tell your parents that you saw us.
Okay. I can do that.
You will?
Yeah.
You're not going to wander off?
No,
Get
I
bored?
I was I didn't get bored. I was just out playing and I saw the shinies and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And like I said, I saw these things and I was like, "Oh, they're weird. Someone needs to know about it, but you gotta have proof." And we were like, "Oh, you're seeing things, Carp and or Pip."
You feel the duty to protect your family.
Yeah.
And that is commendable, Pip. But like I said, you're just a little bit underdeveloped. I'm sure you'll be a fine fighter one day.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna take over the inn when Daddy passes. That's what he said. That I'll be the new Stonehill.
Is
I
that what
think
you
you
want?
got a heart of an adventurer in there. I think maybe your father hopefully will live many days.
Oh, of
Give you a
course, yeah.
chance to see the world and come back.
Maybe. He says I gotta read my books though. So
Listen to your father.
I
Because if you're going to do the books of the end, all that math, you have to learn stuff.
I know.
And you have all those contracts with vendors, salesmen to keep up.
Yeah, I've talked to the sale people. I bust tables good. I
Hmm.
clear the dishes. I clean. Help Mama with the cooking sometimes too.
All good training.
All right, Pip, I think that we're going to go look at this hole now. So maybe you should go in your hut and let us figure out what we're going to do about the shinings, okay?
Like, oh, where is it?
1 second. Meta level, this is going to work. It's not going to disappear when I leave.
It will not. No, you do have to stay in it, I think.
Uh-huh. That's what I just read.
Mm-hmm.
And I just asked the teacher if we can get more homework.
All right, so I guess Miss Mel is going to be staying with you, Pip.
Hmm. We're going to play patty cake.
Okay, I'm good at hiding here. I mean, if you want to go beat
Alva,
up the monsters, Miss Mel, you can.
Wait,
Alva turns to Zadkiel and kind of half whispers, like, I think she'll be okay with a child?
I don't know. I could
Hey,
also make a
Zed,
burrow for Pip.
He's pretty well hidden. If you guys didn't have the tracks, like he's got a couple of bushes on one side and
we were
that
actively
big rock.
tracking him.
Yeah.
So, like, if we weren't actively tracking him, we probably would not have found him.
Yep.
I believe that if he's been out here this long and not gotten himself in too much trouble, then he'll be all right until we're back. He can
Right.
hide himself. I believe. I believe in kids.
Michael would get off the horse because he's not going to get the horse if they're going to go in the fight. All right. So, shall we go look for those things?
Absolutely.
And as you kind of like
I want
look about maybe 50, 60 feet away, there does appear to be like a sinkhole in the ground, maybe 7, 8 feet wide, kind of in the side of a hill.
Just for record, I did leave a ration for Pip.
Okay.
So we'll head towards that.
Yeah, let's go. If that's where he saw it.
Is it rock or a dirt hole?
It seems to be made of rock. Like this, there's a little bit of dirt around, like a little bit of grass kind of sunken in there,
Hmm.
but you would quickly see it's hard rock from the interior, and actually you would see what looks to be remains of old stairs that have broken.
Hmm. Well, can everybody see down here, or do we need some light?
Oh, I can see.
I
I can
can
see
see.
pretty well.
I can see. Before we go in, Zad's going to use his divine sense.
Nothing fiendish, undead, or celestial.
Okay.
How deep would the sinkhole be?
As you peer down into it, you can spot a few small, about the size of carp, maybe smaller, uh, things kind of glistening in the light coming in from above. It's about 20 feet down. Seems like there's some rubble that these figures are around.
Anyone
I'd
got
say they're about 2 feet big.
anyone got rope left? I don't have any ropes left. It's still in the mine up there.
Zad. So like it's a sinkhole. So is it on a slope or is
It
it
is
straight down?
kind of on a little bit of a slope at an angle, but it's just a hole going down. You can see like at the edge of the sinkhole remnants of a stone stair.
Okay.
Wish
That's-
Colin was here. We'd throw the oil down there and let it burn.
I mean,
We
I
don't
could
even know what
ship
it is yet.
something that could easily get down in there. I'm just. Do you guys
I'm more
think
curious to know what it is. That I was gonna go get a closer look, but it's probably safer for you.
Do you think we could lure it out somehow?
I don't know. We don't know what it is. How do you lure out what you don't know what it is?
We can check. We can try to see what it is.
As you guys are talking around the sinkhole, you would see a couple of these figures scatter into the darkness beyond your vision.
Oh,
Well, at least
That's
it
fine.
moved.
I guess we're going down there.
So, we go down there. Got any ropes? Got any way of going down? I ain't jump. I don't think any of us can jump down 20 feet without.
Well, there's
spraining an
slope.
ankle.
It's on a slope. So
Well,
is
the
it like-
sinkhole is straight down, but it's on a hill. Do really
Oh, I
none
see.
of you have any rope?
Nope.
I'll,
I mean, the
I'll
last
say
rope
I'll say Isabel left hers on her saddlebag for some very
Alright.
unprepared adventurers.
All right. I think I saw some on the horse of Isabel, so we could probably take that rope if someone wants to go back and.
She won't mind.
All right, I'll go back and take the rope.
Easy
Way
enough to
closer
do.
go back, yeah. All right, now let's try to attach it somewhere.
Let's say there's a rock on the side of the hill you can tie it to. It's not it's not rocket science, guys. It's lowering a rope down
No.
into a hole.
All right, let's go. Who's first?
Aye. Zacchio climbs down.
Give me an athletics check. Maybe.
What?
The nat one. Zadko, as you're
Ah.
climbing down, I think you see something move down there and it kind of startles you just enough and you fall all the way down. 20 feet. As you take 9 points of damage, you just fall a loud clank onto the ground.
You're all right over there?
Sad, are you okay?
Yes. Oh.
I'm coming down, buddy. Just hang on.
Here, Alvy. And I tap her on the back and say, "Good luck. We're all counting on you."
Thanks. This is Alva
Giving her
first.
guidance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alva, give me a athletics check.
Okay.
+1. Yeah,
Beautiful.
you've gone down a rope before. I would say at this point, Zad, as you're kind of getting up, seeing Alva descend into it, you can see you're in kind of what looks to be a living room. Looks to be cracked and shattered stairs to your north. An ornate fireplace, not lit, but hasn't been used in years. Thick layer of dust covering the space in here. Looks to be a dining room table, kind of bookshelves and other ornaments and kind of paintings and carvings along the walls in here. Very handsomely carved.
What is
And
going on?
you would notice 3 doorways, no doors attached to them, going into other smaller rooms.
Oof. Ah.
Who's
No,
going
what
next
is
down
it?
the rope?
White Claw's gonna go.
White Claw,
And
give
Mel
me an
does the
athletics.
same.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Look, we're counting on you.
What I'd be thinking, he would try to just slide down the rope. Can I do it acrobatics instead of athletics, or
It is athletics, so you don't
athletics?
so you don't lose your grip essentially. Yeah, you're fine. You come down and see the same thing, leaving just Mel.
Not rolling that one.
She does the same to herself.
Okay.
Damn it, I hate it. I'm just so freaking weak.
Oh.
Mel, as you're like, yeah, I can climb a rope. You also fall. You don't fall like Zadkiel did. You do slide down at heightened speed. Roll me a dexterity save.
Oh no, I'm gonna get rope burn.
That's the worst.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You would take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you slide down and just land straight on your ass as yeah, it's flat stone from 20 feet up.
Yeah, right there.
Um,
I guess
I wish I could say it was just my pride, but a little bit more than that.
I guess the armor is
Yeah,
not
my
helping you
pride
guys.
is a little hurt.
Mm.
Anybody else find it strange that we're in a fucking living room?
Yeah,
It
this
The
is
really
bottom of the
is.
really
sinkhole?
Yeah, no
Uh,
idea.
Something about a old dwarf living down here at one point, way back in the day.
What Pip said?
Yeah, but he wouldn't still be here.
Oh, yeah, but would you carry your? Who would take the stuff out of here?
Oh, there's chairs
that's
right
a good
there.
point.
Yeah, you would see chairs. You would see to the south of you a doorway going into a mostly empty room. Not quite the size of this space here. Another stairway, or another open space going to a smaller room where you would see another smaller dining room table, like a breakfast nook. And to the north, you would see a little bit of what looks to be an office. You would see a chair and a desk.
But no hallways venturing off.
No, not that you can see.
Can I investigate the room for anything unusual?
Yeah, give me an investigation check. Looking around this living room here.
Come on, big investigation.
Nah, it's a living room. It's a dusty old living room.
Mel's gonna go over and investigate the office.
All right. Mel, as you step into the office, you would notice a kind of cabinet there around the corner, and then kind of going around the corner further, you would see what looks to be a dwarven-sized bed, made and still kind of fresh, but has, like, again, a layer of dust on it. Next to it would be a small bedside table, and then a thick chest. Kind of cowering next to that chest, you would spot a pyramid-shaped creature with 4 small, stubby, bendy legs, as well as looks to be a few kind of like wobbly legs around it as well, around like the top side of it as it flails around. It is going to try to slam into you. Getting a nat 20 to hit.
Not good, Slenderly bro. Why are you hitting me?
As Mel, you take 32 points of psychic damage.
What?
And
And she just falls flat on the floor.
as Mel falls onto the floor, I'm going to bring you guys to a map. And we're going to roll some initiative.
The
She
big
just
crank.
kind of. Maybe she made a noise.
I mean, if she's in armor.
She's in heavy armor. She would definitely make a noise.
Okay.
At least the clanking you would see from the corner.
Thunk.
Bad news is, Mel, you are up first.
Yay.
You'll roll me a death save, please.
Okay.
As this is kind of what the creature looks like. It's hard to kind of see.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
I have actually a better image for you.
That is not creepy at all.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
like those.
but Mel,
Yeah.
fair enough. That'll take us to Zadkiel. You just see
Okay.
Mel get knocked straight on her ass.
Okay, Zad's gonna run in. And he will lay on hands on Mel
Okay.
for 32, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, he'll give her 32 points of healing.
All right. As you can kind of feel her life essence fading, as she rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
Wow.
That counts as 2 death saves.
It counts as 2, but luckily Zadkiel rushes over and you would see this creature kind of warbling towards her.
Go. Okay, yeah, he would do that for 32 points. And then.
Oh my.
They're awful. I'm so I apologize.
Just my ears.
Yeah, they're
And our
so
viewers.
loud. Yeah. Zad would just kind of move into the room this way.
Okay, kind of hopping over
Hopping over
Mel's
Mel,
body. You can see the creature there in the darkness within.
and yeah, that would end his turn.
All right, that'll take us to Alva. Seeing Zadkiel rush over, lay his hands on Mel as a warm glow fills her, and she kind of breathes as if the wind and nearly the life had been knocked out of her. You might be muted. Are you casting that?
Sorry. I didn't- No. I was trying to. Sorry, I was clicking around. My bad.
Okay.
But I might in a second, but I'm gonna start with I'm gonna move a little bit because I can't really see where this. What's this thing called? What kind of
You don't.
creature is
It's
it?
you don't know what it is. You've never seen it before, and you
Okay.
still haven't.
Yeah, I still have it. So let me see. 5, 10, 15. Okay.
You can
Well, I
kind of
still
make it
don't.
out around the corner, but it is dark, and
Oh,
it
okay. It's
is
around there.
it is a tiny little thing, like maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet.
Okay. So I can see it now if
Yeah.
I'm looking over Mel.
I
Okay.
think Mel's on the floor.
Mel's on the ground.
And where is the
It's that
thing?
little weird. It's that little weird thing. It's like on the bed. Or
It's on the
It's
bed.
right
whatever
next.
it is.
It's on the rug.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's
Okay.
tiny. It's like the size of a cat.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah, I am going to Thorn Whip. Use Thorn Whip.
Okay. 15. Where'd your AC go? 15 just hits.
Okay.
As it will take 7 points of piercing damage. Are you wanting to drag it across the body of Mel?
I don't know.
No, it kind of just
I wanna
bumps.
do that.
It would just bump up into her.
I don't want to bring it closer to me, honestly.
Okay.
Um, let me see.
As you lash out across it, it just kind of warbles, and it's almost pyramidical shape. Pyramidical? Is that a word? Pyramid
Yeah.
shape. Kind of sinks in for a moment, as it seems to be made of like some sort of gelatin. It's weird. This is probably the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. Looks like it's from another world.
Does looks like an alien. Okay.
Anything else for Alva?
I'd like to cast a spell.
Only if it's a bonus action.
It is. I want to cast Grasping Vine.
All right, where are you casting this vine at?
So you can lash out within 30 feet. Okay. So why not? How about I cast it just in front of Zadkiel, kind of where the bed is.
Trying to find a good vine. Yeah, that's a good one.
There you
That'll
go.
work. As a vine erupts, and you can cause it to lash out at the creature, as it would be.
Yes.
It kind of pulls creatures towards it.
Yeah.
All right. As it's already towards it. That will take it to the creatures. First up,
Creature. Oh, okay, that's not good.
this guy. It's gonna go random. Actually, how smart is this thing? Yeah, it's gonna go random. Unfortunately, it's gonna try to hit Mel while she's down.
Bastard.
Getting a 13 to hit.
Somehow it missed.
As you can feel it, this kind of, and you would hear it, this kind of twanging of your metal armor shifting and kind of being hit. And you kind of like feel something in your head for a moment. It feels weird and woozy as everything just kind of starts to get warbly around you just for a moment. But at this point, from out of the corners, in the darkness beyond, White Claw. Two of them rush out of the darkness. Try to slam into you. One of them gets a 24, the other gets a natural 1.
Okay, so 24 does it.
As you take 10 points of psychic damage. However, both of them try to leap onto you. Forgot to do that for this guy. We'll get back to him. Both of them try to leap onto you, and I need 2 dexterity saving throws from White Claw. Love it. So the one that missed leaps onto you, and similar. Actually, I'll just keep him there. I'll mark him. How about that? As it latches onto you, you can feel this weird piercing into your back. This one here is going to try to leap onto Mel. Mel, I need a dexterity save, and unfortunately it is going to be a disadvantage. Because you're prone.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, with an 8. You're still on Whisper, but with an 8, it also attaches to you. As for some reason, I can't. Can I do this? Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that guy. Oh, that's why. But yeah, now I can mark it up, though.
It's on you.
As this thing attaches to you and just leeches onto your chest plate, you can feel this piercing sensation into your chest. White Claw, this thing is kind of in your, like, say your hip, which will take us to your turn, White Claw. White Claw, at the start of your turn, you take some damage. You will take 7 points of piercing damage. At the start of your turn.
So,
this guy's attached to you.
Would I be able to, like, remove him?
You can with your action.
Because I was thinking of grabbing it off of myself with Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
It would be a strength check to... It is your action to pull it off. I would say you could do it with Maximilian's Earthen Grasp if you wanted.
I'd have to cast a spell. That's my... Because strength is not my forte. So,
is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to use that because it's a strength saving throw, and he's going to use basically my spell. So yeah, we're going to cast that.
I will say, instead of it making a strength saving throw, you're going to make a charisma saving throw instead. Essentially using your sorceress energy to try and pull it off.
Alright, that works.
So give me a charisma check.
Oh, Maximilian Earthen Grasp doesn't work. It tells me for the damage.
Unfortunately, as you summon this stone hand out of the stone floor here, tries to pull this creature off of you, and it is not working.
Great.
Anything else for White Claw?
Let me check if there's... In that case, I am going to... I spent 2 sorcery points to... I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch on the one in front of me.
You can't cast 2 leveled spells in a turn.
Oh, that's right. Then just
The
the chill
curse?
touch. Yeah,
The curse
I always
of
forget
the-
that one.
Gonna quicken a chill touch.
Yeah, quick and a chill touch.
Alright. 12 is gonna be a miss. It would have been a disadvantage anyways, but yes, a 12 will miss.
Alright, and that'll be it, because I can't really move.
Alright. I'll take us to Mel on the ground as one of these things is attached to you, kind of at your chest. You would take 7 points of piercing damage at the start of your turn.
Oh, boy. Since it's attached to me, if I move, does it move with me?
Yep. It's like that song, When I Move, You Move. Just like
And if I
that.
move with me, does that give Alvi and
No.
that?
Forced movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
I was hoping. Okay, she does that, but she steps forward to here with the thing on it,
Okay. It goes with you.
and up spell of arms of matter.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't that just rip it?
That would just hurt it, as it's just, what, a 5 foot or 10 foot? Which is it, 5 or 10?
10.
If it's 10, it would also hit Zadkiel as well. He's fine. He's a big beefy boy.
Yeah, I could take it.
Okay.
As what does this look like as you cast this? I don't know if we've seen this before.
Mm-mm. So these black arms, tentacles of black energy emit from Mel and wildly wrap whatever's around her within 10 feet, attacking them.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that little.
Yeah.
As you're upcasting it too, and it's gonna make a strength save.
Does Zadkiel also have to make a strength save?
Zadkiel, I need a strength save. Zadkiel, you will take half of the damage, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. While the creature takes full damage of 15 points of damage.
I take 8.
And you would take 8. Or you would take, you take 7. Always round down.
Gotcha.
Anything else for Mel?
God, I wish she had a good bonus action, but she doesn't. Just a meta question. If I did Misty Step, it'd still be attached to me, wouldn't it?
It would. Well,
Yeah.
No, I don't actually. It wouldn't, because it's a creature, and it wouldn't travel with you. But maybe it would. You don't know. These things are weird.
Yeah, so she's to, as her one bonus action, do a Misty Step.
So that'd be another leveled spell.
No. Oh yeah, even though it is part
Even
of
though
her
even though it's a bonus action, it's still a leveled spell.
Yep.
Okay.
It's hard. It's hard. That's the curse of Annie.
Fair enough. Well, that will take us to Zadkiel then.
Zadkiel. Okay. Zadkiel is gonna. First of all, he's gonna slice up and cut the tentacles off of him, and then he's gonna move there, and he's going to attack this thing.
All right.
Sticking off him now.
Attack it. A 20 will absolutely hit it.
And Divine Smite on that level 1.
Absolutely.
Let me just make sure it's. Actually, I'm gonna make it a level 2.
Sure.
I have. Yay! Yeah, here we go.
All right, as it takes 17 points of damage. Light kind of pulsating from it as it warbles with this strange light for a brief moment before it just kind of glimmers, and you kind of cut into it, but it's weird. how it just kind of splits open. There's no blood. It's almost like cutting into metal, but it's not. It's not metal. It's almost like cutting into tinfoil. But you've never seen tinfoil before. It's not a real thing.
I'll attack again.
Okay.
Another device might.
Sure, why not? Burn them if you got them.
Burn him if you got him. What else am I gonna do with these spell slots, you know?
I don't know, cast spells.
I'm a paladin.
As it will take... No, I know. I got you. As it will take 16 points of damage. As it's still kind of lingering on, but kind of still hanging on to Mel's chest. But it's still there. You would see its tentacles kind of warbling away, falling nearly limp. But it is still attached.
Alright. And yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, that will take us to Alva.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to have this vine reach out to the creature on Mel.
Try and rip it away.
Try and rip it away, yeah.
Give me a wisdom check to do so.
Okay.
Essentially using your nature's essence within the vine. 15. No, but it is just a check. So it will be minus your proficiency bonus. So it'll be minus 3. Unfortunately, a 12 is a failure. As it just the vine isn't quite strong enough. This thing is stuck on like a leech from, I don't know, the 7th dimension or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna use my thorn whip to lash out at it.
Alright. 15 does hit it though. It will take 9 points of piercing damage. As you kind of whip into it, it kind of splits open as it falls to the ground, leaving a hole in Mel's armor, kind of. It can be repaired. You can repair it, I promise. But as it kind of falls down, like, crumbling, and as it crumbles, you can see it almost turn into, like, small eyeballs that just fade away.
What?
Like, are they eyeballs? You're unsure. But it fades away regardless.
So weird.
Yep. Anything else for Alva?
Yeah, I am going to... Sorry, I forget how much movement I have. 30 feet.
30
okay.
feet.
Alright, so... I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move right there.
Alright. That will take us to these things, as one of them is attached to White Claw.
Other...
The one that's attached to you, White Claw, got a 16 to hit.
It's...
Alright. While the other one got a 10 to hit.
That one misses.
As White Claw, you take 18 points of psychic damage. While the other one also tries to jump and leech onto you. I need another dexterity save. Ooh, with an 18, seeing it kind of leap around, kind of leaps towards you and kind of meets you, leaps across from you as you just duck and dodge out of the way as it was going for your neck, it seemed like. But that will end their turn. Taking us to White Claw. At the start of your turn, you take 7 points of piercing damage. And I need 2 Constitution saves. Both DC 10.
I have I forgot it's only. I was thinking about with Constitution. I always forget which one it is. I think.
It's not to maintain concentration. Unless you have
Yeah.
combat
I like it.
caster.
No.
You have the thing that helps you. Unfortunately, your claw crumbles to the ground there. Now just a pile of stone.
It's gonna do vampiric touch on the one that is attached to him.
Okay. As what does this look like as you cast it? Pretty much you cast Vampiric Touch on yourself, but you imbue it with your claw or
Yeah.
however it looks.
Well, it would depend. It would depend what type of creature it is, but this
Sure.
one probably wouldn't have blood, so it would just a shadow version of himself would detach and just go and just claw at
Okay.
the creature.
As it just kind of comes out of you for a brief moment. 23 will absolutely hit. As it takes 10 points of necrotic damage, and you heal yourself for 5. You would see that dark form of the White Claw kind of lingering around as it almost siphoning life back into him. Anything else for White Claw?
Nope. Stay right there.
Alright, that'll take us to Mel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mel walks to there, out here. Yeah. And then she casts Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
I guess as a bonus action, I can heal somebody, or is that to take place next turn?
I think it's when you cast it and as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an action to cast, and as a bonus action, you can heal someone.
Heal.
For 2d6.
So I heal White Claw for 2d6.
Alright. As White Claw, you get 6 points of healing as this aura emanates from Mel. It's a different kind of healing than what you had just done to yourself, essentially.
The exact opposite.
But
when
it's odd. It comes from a strange place still, so it's not quite. Not like Zadkiel's lay on hands. It's still something else. Anything else for Mel?
That's it for her.
All right, taking us to Zadkiel around the corner.
Okay, Zad is gonna go and follow everybody out.
Going around the corner, you would see one of these things still attached to White Claw at his hip, and another one just kind of springing in the corner there.
Is that like rubble passable?
It would be difficult terrain, but you can easily. That's what they were. Those are the crumbled stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Well then, I can make that. I'll stand on the crumbled stairs, and I will make an attack at the one on White Claw.
All right, one attached to him. Go for it.
just try to get it off.
Big swinging. 14 just hits. That is their AC.
Okay, I'm at a divine smite to that level 1.
All right. Whacking. Holy whacking.
Let me just make some quick adjustments here on my sheet. Oh, I had forgot to be adding the extra damage anyway. So there we go. Okay.
Oh, do you have the extra smite now?
Yeah, when I do the level 2, I do the extra smite, and I forgot to check it on both of them, but that's okay.
No,
I
it's
can
still.
switch.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can switch. I can switch my spell slots around. So
Yeah, go
this
for
will
it.
actually be. This will actually be a level 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry.
Whew. For 26 points of damage as it kind of singes across White Claw's fur, not harming him, but you can see the shadowy version of himself that's still kind of lingering about, kind of shy away from your sword blade.
Gotcha. And then I'm gonna make one more attack.
All right. $15 also hits.
And just radial slash on this one. Don't
no
radiant.
radiant. All right. It will take 11 points of damage as it's still hanging on. You can see it going limp a little bit too, but it's still there.
Okay. And that'll end my turn.
All right. That'll take us to Alva.
All right, is the thing still attached to White Claw?
It is.
Yes.
That's
All
what
right,
that's
I'm
what the
gonna
little
use
snail means.
I use my bonus action to
do
lash
this.
out from the vine.
So
You
your
need it-
vine is not. You can't see it.
The vine has to see it, not me.
It has to be in range.
It has to be in range of the vine.
It's 30 feet.
30 feet of it that you can see. Yeah, why not? Sure.
All right. You need another wisdom save?
Wisdom check.
Check. What's
So on your character sheet, you'll see the saving throws. To the left of that is all your stats. You can just click on the stat. The bigger numbers.
Oh, the bigger one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't know that.
No, you're good.
You're good.
All right, with a 16, you see this thing just get yeeted as it is pulled all the way across the room off of White Claw.
I yeeted that bitch.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that
at
thing
least
is
off-
double check. Full 20 feet. So it is. It's on White Claw. Yeah, it gets yeeted to the other room. It's been grasped.
Good. All right. And then I'm going to move a little bit over here and use my Thorn Whip on the guy next to Zadkiel.
All right. 17 will hit. And it takes 8 points of piercing damage. You want to pull it any closer to you?
No thanks.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
All right. That will take us to the creature. It's going to... Why mess with a good thing? Gonna try to slam into White Claw's brain with its brain, or whatever it is. Getting a 13 to hit.
It misses.
And then it's gonna try to jump onto White Claw. White Claw, I need a dexterity save.
Not
As, with a nat 1, as it stabs into your throat, you take 7 points of damage right now.
These things love kitty cats.
It seems like
It-
they do.
It was just like, oh, this thing's hurt, probably. I need
Well, it wasn't at the beginning.
I need a Constitution saving throw. In the beginning, it was just like, oh, this guy's standing there. As you maintain concentration on your vampiric touch. The other one,
Isn't Isn't that just one attack and it disappears?
No, it's concentration for a minute, so that's why that shadowy form of you is still there.
Oh, okay.
From around the corner, this thing goes hopping around, bouncing, and is going to spy Mel. It's going to try to slam into Mel. Oh, excellent. Rolled twice. But getting a 10 to hit you, Mel. You kind of feel the crushing sensation in your skull for a moment, like this kind of pounding headache for just this brief moment before it leaps onto you. I need a dexterity saving throw. With the 20, you avoid this thing as it leaps across you, trying to like kind of stick to your shoulder, and you just kind of dodge out of the way as it leaps over you. That'll take us to White Claw. White Claw, at the start of your turn, you take 7 points of piercing damage. As this one is stuck to your neck.
So it's if it says I can make the action again, but it would use a spell slot. It wouldn't use a spell slot if I use a vampiric touch again.
Right, you concentrate up to it for you're.
Okay, so we're gonna have the shadow hit again
Until the spell. Well, at the start of your turn, you take 7 points, and then Constitution saving throw, DC 10.
So let's Constitution.
All right, with a 13, you make your save. Go ahead and claw out at it again. Just kind of this shadowy form just kind of rips along your neck, kind of grazing your own, but you don't feel it. But as it does, it claws into this thing, and of course it does. It will take 11 points of necrotic damage. And you heal yourself for 5.
Okay, for 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for 6.
No. You always round down.
Okay.
For half of odd numbers. Anything else for White Claw?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
All right.
Just gonna tell everyone to just get it off of him.
Fair enough. That'll take us to Mel.
So Mel uses Toll of the Dead against this creature that's attached to White Claw.
Okay. Big ol' wisdom save. Yeah, big ol' 5.
Okay.
As it will definitely take whatever 2d12.
Yeah.
That's a nice cantrip.
It is. Ooh. Ooh. As you see, parts of it just kind of darken and go limp on White Claw's neck, but it's the base of it's kind of stuck to him. A couple of its little tendrils kind of flap around.
And White Claw gets a healing as well.
All right, 2d6. Hey, 10 points of healing, White Claw.
Thank you.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. Anything else for Mel? Or Melhouse?
No, that's it.
All right. That'll take us to Zad.
Is that a saying from The Simpsons? Everything's coming up Millhouse?
Yeah, he has like a good day. Like,
oh, yeah.
it's an old
yeah.
episode.
So he's like saying,
and he's like, everything's coming up Millhouse.
Coming up Millhouse. Instead of everything's coming up Roses. That's
right.
That is so funny. Oh man, Simpsons.
Classic Simpsons. Zad, what are you up to?
Lousy smarch weather. Zad is gonna move here and try to finish the job on Mr. Jellybelly here.
As you move away from this creature. Actually, no, because it's technically in White Claw space. You're good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. He's gonna attack. Boom, 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 boom.
Whack. 18 will definitely hit. This thing kind of looks like it's going for another leap lazily. Are you
Just
using
slashing.
smite?
Just slashing. I keep
All right.
forgetting to turn it off.
As you deal 7 points of slashing to it, it splits in two as what looks like flies and maggots seem to start crawling out of its essence as it fades away.
Ugh. Okay, and then Zad's gonna move back around here to White Claw.
All right.
And he's going to attack.
I mean, you could
the other-
technically hit it from there because it is in White Claw's space. You shouldn't have to move, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to get a good angle on this creature that is it's on his neck.
Yeah, let me just check something real quick. These slots. All right, yeah, and I'm gonna actually leave the use the smite on this one if I land it.
If you hit it, don't
If I hit
count yourself out yet.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a different setup today. I'm trying to make it easier to use. And I think I'm making it hard.
You've made it 10 times more difficult.
Yeah.
It's like in Microsoft.
Yeah,
Yeah. With a 9,
Yeah,
you
right.
miss.
Yeah.
Trying not to cut White Claw's neck off. Absolutely.
Eh. I've already tried to cut my own neck off, so I think it's
Anything else from Zad?
That's gonna be it, man.
All right. That'll take us to Alva.
All right, once again, I'm going to use my bonus action to try and yank this thing off of White Claw.
All right.
All right, give me just a second. Damn.
With a 12, the vine kind of reaches around the corner of the room and tries to grab a hold of it, but not able to get a purchase as White Claw kind of turning around. It's just kind of like trying to show everyone to get it off. But it's just kind of like, it's kind of like going around his neck at the same time.
All right, I'm going to Thorn Whip it.
All right. 23 will definitely hit.
Okay.
And it takes 6 points of piercing damage. You want to pull it closer?
You want to try and pull it off? Yeah.
All right. As you yank it forward, White Claw comes with it.
Oh, damn it.
Anything else for Alva's turn?
That's all.
That
Alright.
didn't work so well.
That will take us to the creature, as it's going to try to slam into White Claw psychically, getting a 25 to hit.
It hits.
White Claw, you take 15 points of psychic damage,
That's bad.
as it will end its turn there. I need a Constitution saving throw. That shadowy form of White Claw's vampiric self fades away as you lose concentration, unfortunately. White Claw, at the start of your turn, you take 7 points of psychic damage, or of piercing damage.
We are gonna try this, because otherwise he goes down.
Yeah, so DC 12 charisma save.
And am I able to use this? Or not?
An ability check, not a saving throw.
Okay, so
So for skills, you can.
okay.
Uh,
So that's gonna be it.
as White
go
Claw
down.
falls unconscious as this thing just kind of stuck to his neck, suckering on. That'll take us to Mel.
So she's gonna do Toll the Dead?
All right. Got a nat 20,
So that's half?
so it takes none from cantrips. Cantrips are all save or suck or hit or miss.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
And then
I can't hear you under White Claw's body.
I heal White Claw.
All right. White Claw, you get 5 points of healing. This thing's still stuck to your neck.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Anything else for Mel?
Zadkill, I think you can hit it now. It's on the ground.
That will take us to Zadkiel.
Zach, he'll take a step forward and say, coming in for a close shave.
All right.
He's going to do a
Just don't cut my ears. You'll be fine.
Just don't roll in that one.
You basic.
Trying to carefully carve this creature off. A 25 will hit it.
I'll add that divine smite
That's
to it.
Smitey.
Smitey with the extra. Let me put it, make sure everything's on. Because I only got level 2 spell slots left. Okay.
I will say it does seem weak right now, but yeah. All right, for 14 points of damage as you graze White Claw's neck. White Claw, you feel that holy heat on your neck. Not enough to cause damage, but just to know that it's there as you skewer it off. And as it kind of looks like it goes inside out from where you pierced it, bursting into a bright light, multicolored, like kind of fairy fey lights echo and like disperse across the room as it's gone. We'll hop out of initiative there. But with these strange foes felled and in a strange but nicely furnished dwarven home, that'll be a good spot for us to take our little 5-10 minute break, and we'll pick up here in a few minutes. So stick around, folks. We'll be back.
Before we go, I think I have 4 more.
Well, all right, folks. Welcome back to our Phandelver and below. And last we left, after finding the missing child Pip, apparently he went on his own little adventure following these strange creatures to an old abandoned dwarven home as they fell into a hole. You guys went to investigate, some of you falling down, others of you climbing down. You came into a dusty and well-furnished dwarven home, but going around the corner, one of these creatures popped out and attacked psychically in your head, but kind of almost strange, alien, pyramid-like creatures made of jello or tinfoil or something unlike you'd never seen before, attaching to you. A battle broke out in this home, and it was a doozy, but as they, one by one, they were destroyed. You all are now feeling better. A little resuscitation. And you are in this home, in this dwarven home. What are you guys up to?
Alva will look around at everyone and just say, I think I can speak for all of us when I can ask, what the hell were those things?
Yeah.
Well,
Very weird.
I mean, the things they exuded when they died.
Yeah, that was
Follow
really
that?
cool.
Walking
It was
triangle?
weird and interesting at the same time.
I've never even heard of anything like that. It's like it's
No.
not even from this world.
I feel like I'm on acid. Like I'm just
not from
it's
this
so
plane.
weird.
Definitely not.
I agree, Albie. It's like mushrooms or something, the things that just happen.
Mhm.
It feels like we're just dealing with gooey leech creatures this whole time? People have stuff in their bodies and...
So weird. We should probably go check and make sure Pip's all right and get back to Phandelver.
Well, I want to go check out what was in that chest in the other room.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, we
Before-
might as well investigate while we're here.
hmm
It feels like 3 hours.
Yeah, combat always feels a lot longer than it actually is.
Yep.
Mel, just out of shits and giggles, is going to cast Detect Magic as she walks around the different places
Okay.
to investigate.
Yeah. If you go up into this room, the bedroom, office, nothing glows magical. You go into what looks to be an old kitchen or an old wood stove. Sits and a counter with some moldy cheese, maybe cheese, you're unsure what it was, and some, petrified fruits. Nothing glows magic. And as you make your way to the southern room, you would notice that this room's a lot cleaner than the rest, but it looks like some sort of temple or shrine. Go and give me a religion check.
Oh, great. Yep.
But you would see a statue in one corner, a kind of old and not quite tattered but dusty curtain in the other side, and in the center looks to be an altar of some sort with some looks to be a book on it and some other trappings. You would recognize by the symbol on this tapestry, looks like a mountain silhouette with a central gemstone in the middle. And similar to what you had seen below in the Wave Echo Cave, in that temple with the one that crumbled. But this seems to be a sacred hall to Dumathoin, the dwarven god of secrets under the mountain. But nothing glows magical.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in
She
that
goes
room?
over and checks out that book.
Sure. Picking it up, dusting it off. No label on it. Do you look in the book?
Mm-hmm.
Reading Rainbow. But yeah, as you look in the book, it looks like a journal.
What language is it?
It would be. Yeah, it's in Dwarven.
Okay, so she uses her Fey comprehend
right.
language as she reads it.
As you cast Comprehend Languages, and you read it perfectly. This is a journal of a paladin of Dumathoin. In the early entries, it talks about. This would take some time, but in the early entries, it talks about how he excavated this home more than 60 years from now. It's dated. And apparently, the god Dumathoin tasks this individual, whose name is Marthungrim, with returning spirits to rest when a crypt for the god's faithful was corrupted. Eventually, goes on that this individual learned that the crypt lies beneath a temple called Talhundrith. The temple teemed with dangerous monsters, and crypt protected by a lock with a puzzle that only Dumathoin's faithful could solve easier, as others would find it ridiculously hard. It seemed that he planned to destroy these restless ghosts that haunt the crypt so that they could finally rest in peace. Apparently, he was badly wounded by a creature that is only described in there as roiling heaps of tentacles. Marthungrim returned here to his home. His last entry only describes his wounds getting worse.
While she reads, White will go look at the statue down there.
The statue is of a dwarven individual, kind of like with a hammer and full kind of sacred plate armor. It stands as tall as a normal dwarf would.
Like unusual to it, or can be moved, or
Yeah, you could slide. I mean, it probably weighs a few 100 pounds, but you could slide it around. It seems like a statue.
okay. So what's in that book?
It's a journal about a paladin, Dwarvian paladin, who was tasked to exorcise roaming spirits from a temple around here.
From a crypt underneath the temple.
Crypt underneath the temple. And I think we should take this to our bookish nerd that Colin's trying to get into the pants of.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Well,
I
you better
think she
before
will
you-
love this, just reading it in itself.
I have questions about it myself.
Do you read Dwarven?
I do not.
Well, what would you like to know?
Just. Did he keep his oath?
It ends with him talking about wounds from a tentacle monster not healing and getting worse in the last entries. So
Oh.
I'm afraid that it doesn't look promising that he finished his task.
Maybe we finish it for him.
Well, it was like 60 years ago, which would put it after the wave Echo Cave fell apart, historically speaking.
Tentacles.
Yeah. More tentacles.
Tentacles.
Oh, by the
tentacles.
way, in the other room, there's a heavy chest. I don't know what's in it. It's not showing magical, but if it's thick metal, I wouldn't be able to look into it right now.
You can open it.
Does anybody,
Try.
can anybody check for traps besides Cal, or?
Anyone can try.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
All right. Give me a investigation check.
Mel palms the book. Oh, well, stores the book into her stuff.
Gotcha. With a 20 investigation, this heavy chest is not locked. You don't think there's any traps on it, at least from watching how Cal checks things over. It seems like a normal, ordinary chest.
Alright, make a good educated guess and I'll open it.
All right. As
Okay.
you open it, a waft of honestly fresher air spills out because it has been untouched and not dusty. You would see what looks to be trappings of a priest of Dumathoin, kind of the same kind of symbols on it, including a holy symbol. Kind of like vestments, as well as a small pouch within.
Okay, Zad would take the small pouch to check out. He would also take anything that would be considered like a sacred object.
I'd say the entire thing would be. It seems to be.
Okay.
It seems to be like mostly it's just vestments and a holy symbol.
Vestments. He would take that and wrap it up so that it can be properly disposed of.
Disposed.
Well, yeah, burned or buried.
Or
whatever.
recycle.
We can use it.
Anything else?
What's in the pouch?
It's a handful of small diamonds.
Hmm. Okay.
Like
Okay,
all pretty small, but there's a good number of them. I'd say there's like
okay.
12 small diamonds.
Would I be able to make a guess at its worth?
You would guess it'd be worth about 400 gold.
Okay. Would Zadkiel know that this is a regent for Revivify?
I mean, you can ask if anyone can use it, but
Yeah.
diamonds are often regents for many spells, not just Revivify. It's also, you
Gotcha.
need diamond dust for a few other bits.
Gotcha. So yeah, as I would say, diamonds. It's a good thing that Cal and Isabel aren't here.
Mm-mm.
Right?
I
They'd
know
be
that
for it.
Keep him.
I have no use for them, but I know that some of you might be able to use it as a rather expensive regent for some of your spells. If that's the case, you can have them.
For now, but
Albie, can you cast Revivify?
I can, yes.
Do you want to keep a hold of those?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I can as well, but better to
Let's
keep it all together in one person, I guess.
Neither
let's
neither
all
of you
agree
have it prepared.
Talon.
Yeah, but we could prepare it the next day.
True.
It's good to have it prepared at most.
Spare the dying and we carry it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Zad would just give her the diamonds. Of course, Zad's giving her the diamonds.
Al- Alva puts them away and says, "Let's just all agree not to mention this to Cal or Isabel."
to mention what?
Yes. Exactly.
The only thing we found was the holy symbol in this book.
Yep.
And these robes.
What'd you say, Whiteclaw?
These robes.
The vest.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, they are priest vestments, and I imagine
I mean, if they're somewhat
they would-
magical.
They are not
they're
magical.
not magical.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Well, Mel could tell you that it's not magical because they're not glowing.
Right. So
Or detect magic is still last like a minute, I think, or 10
Less
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
It would have
So-
gone away when you cast Comprehend Languages, though, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would have.
But typically, I'm just saying priest vestments when they are no longer of use to the priest, or the priest is passed on. They are either given to another priest of their order, or
I
they are
mean-
buried or burned. I imagine as a dwarven god that
Yeah,
they should
do
be
it,
buried.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure about the dwarven rituals.
It need not be a whole ritual. It just needs a simple show of respect. Is
Mm-hmm.
all.
Mel, don't you have a spell where you can dig up a bunch of earth quickly?
Say again?
Don't you have a spell where you can dig up a bunch of earth quickly
Yeah,
so we can bury him?
if we want.
I think it would be the right thing to do.
And it's already inside the hill, so we could probably leave them here in the chest. Who else is gonna come down?
Is it a dirt floor or stone floor? Looks stone.
It is stone. Everything is stone around here. It's carved in immaculately, like someone of great craftsmanship.
So I'd like to put it in a container if we're going to bury it, but I don't want to carry that chest up 20 feet on a rope.
It looks heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. It need not even be in a container. It's just kind of returning it to figuratively returning it to the earth of where the dwarves have come from.
I mean,
Let us just return it to the archaeologist. I'm certain she'll know of who could use it or dispose
that
of it.
or Lady Grail probably knows a little bit about maybe the dwarven things because she's in the town near a dwarven mine.
Yeah, she's a lot more into that organized religion than I am.
Yeah.
And these are just simple, like rough-hewn priest garments, right?
Yeah, they're nothing
Right.
super ornate, but they're nice.
Right.
All right. Can we just get out of this cave first, and then we can?
Yeah.
We gotta go
let's
Pip
get outta
back
here.
home.
All right.
Alva's gonna walk over towards the rope, start climbing up.
So climbing up easy enough to do as you climb up out of this hole. Let's say Alva, kind of with a keen eye, as you're kind of glancing around as you're climbing up out of the space here. This is a well-furnished home. Possibly could be made for a good, well, home or a base of operations. But you climb up out of the hole. You would see Pip kind of occasionally leering over the stone where he was hiding. Gives you a big wave as you climb up.
Alva smiles and then turns back to help the next person coming up.
Right.
Climbing up is easy enough for all of you. I'm not going to make you roll for this one because there's no danger involved after this. But you all, one by one, climb up out of the hole.
Alva will walk over to Pip and say, "All right, buddy. No more of the bad guys around. I think we're ready to go home then."
Oh, good, good. I knew they were bad.
Yeah, Pip, if they would have seen you, you wouldn't be around anymore. They were tough.
Well, they didn't. I didn't follow them into the hole, I promise.
Well,
It's not the
Pip,
point.
you're a little overconfident, I think.
I stayed away. I just... If I didn't see them, you guys would have never found them, and then they'd still be there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a point.
And we came
Sad
out
smile.
looking for you because your family, your parents are worried sick about you.
I know.
Let's get you home, buddy. It's time.
Mhm.
You did good, but
Box
don't do it
ears.
again.
Gives a little
I'd
smile at
box
that.
your ears if you were my child.
You did good, but don't do it again. It's all I'm gonna say.
You good to walk, or you want to get on the horse, Pip?
All right, a horse.
Right. White Claw would help him get on the horse, and he lead the horse.
He'll happily ride the horse. Takes you about maybe another hour or so to get back to town, as it's like maybe 1 o'clock at this point. As you head back to the Phandelver.
They didn't seem like those creatures. They didn't look like creatures that were going to kidnap people from the village.
No.
No, but
Did
they
they?
were strange. Man, weird things gonna. Speaking of, I should probably check on Daisy.
On who?
Daisy.
The cow.
Oh, yeah, Kate Daisy.
Oh. Well, I mean, the farmer was looking for her. I did tell Lady Garel to tell him not to go look because of the weird thing that happened to her.
Did Lady Grell have any idea of what that infection is?
Nope. She had no clue.
Well,
Is there anything else that came up in the conversation that was significant with Gwen?
Not really. No, she didn't really know much.
I think it may be time that I relieve Daisy of her suffering.
What's
What are you going to do with
what
Daisy?
what made you just change your mind?
Well, I was hoping Sister Grail might have at least an idea to follow, but it feels like everything's a dead end. And the more I see around town, people disappearing, I can't, in good conscience, put the life of Daisy over the lives of others. Because there's more than just a cow in danger now.
That makes sense. We support you.
Right. Let's get Pip. Let's get Pip back to the inn, and then we can go find that demonic cow.
Yeah. And while we're there, I'll give the archaeologist this book.
That too, yeah.
She might be able to add more details to it than I.
All right. You guys head to the Stonehill Inn, where you would see Gwyn Orsong. Looks like she's taking notes, and it's a little busier now that it's like a little after lunchtime. But Pip would immediately run to his father across the room, as his mother, who's kind of serving, just kind of quickly puts down the plates, and they both kind of rush over as you see a little heartwarming reunion of parents and child. Toblin kind of looks over to you all. Ah, well, thank you so much. Pip, you had us worried sick. I don't know how I can repay you except for
Nothing.
free
Go
room
ahead,
and
go ahead.
free food whenever you're here. Obviously, it's what happened to
Well-
you. And Pip will just go on like, well, I wasn't gonna stay out too late, and then I saw these creatures, and well, I didn't want to get away, and then they showed up, and they took out the creatures. It was in the old dwarven person's home. They're gone now though.
Your son's very brave. If
Foolish,
not a
but
little
brave.
foolish.
He's
But-
still a child. Don't do that though anymore. You had us worried sick. I don't know what we'd do if we lost you.
Oh no, he just seems to look for trouble. He was the one who noticed the bugbears and then noticed these creatures.
That was Carp that noticed the bugbears.
Oh, I thought it was Pip.
They're both just young kids that
I thought they were together.
they were together, yeah. But he didn't notice. He wasn't there for the bugbear thing.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, Gwen, maybe you can help us.
She kind of turns like, "Oh yeah, what's up? I was just going over some notes that Cal gave me about the mine. He said he had to go do something with his cousin or something or another.
Hmm.
What's up?"
Well, while we were in that in that home, we found this book, and I handed her the book. It's a journal. I think you'll find it fascinating. But I'm going to do an illusion of what we found, what we these creatures that attacked us down there, and I'm just kind of curious if you've ever seen anything like this.
Oh. No, I don't know what that is. That's mighty crazy. And she just kind of like half ignores you and starts looking in the book. Her eyes kind of light up. I've heard heroic tales about Marthungrim the Valiant. This is something else. Oh,
Will you have a look at it and give us any ideas or interesting information you think might be useful?
of course. I'll take a gander.
It's a good book. He was a good writer.
Zad would bring out the priest miter investments and just show them to her and explain what he intends to do with them and ask what she thinks.
Well, where'd you get those at?
It was home.
No, from his home, there was a.
I mean, a holy symbol of Dumathoin's good for anyone looking for secrets under any earth. So it might bring a fortune to take with you. With vestments, I got no use for 'em. Maybe a clothier or something. You could have just left him there. If his home was underground, then that's probably the best place.
Eh.
Typically, one would be buried in these, but he's not around.
Yeah, he was from that journal. It seemed like he was complaining about his wounds from a tentacle creature of some kind,
Oh,
and they weren't healing.
roiling heaps, it says here. Yeah, heaps of tentacles. Huh.
So I don't know if he succumbed to those injuries or what happened to him, but that's where the story, his journal ends.
Could those stings be killed? See what was left of him?
We didn't see any bones down there.
But I mean, if it was attacked by a wound from a tentacle monster.
Maybe he
Who
went
knows?
to the crypt of Talend. Looks in here, looked like he was going to the crypt under Talendrith, to clear out ghosts. What a noble story.
What do you know about this crypt? Do you know where it's located?
I think it's somewhere on the east of the Neverwinter Wood. I mean, Talendrith fell a long time ago. It was once a great temple to Dumathoin, and well, Talend means hidden gifts, and it relates to priests of Dumathoin, obviously. God of secrets, mining, gemstones, anything hidden. And many important priests were laid to rest in the crypt of Talend beneath it. Academics often postulate that the crypt's entrance was protected by a great seal or doorway that only Dumathoin's priests would know the secret to unlock it.
Right, and there's no more Dumatone priest. Or is there?
Not there, they'd all be dead.
But do you know of anyone still alive?
Well,
Or could
maybe
maybe
up
help
in
us out?
Neverwinter, sure, but I don't.
It's a few days trip
Would
to
they
go
have to
there.
be a Dumathoin priest? Or
To unlock the crypt, I don't know. I've never seen the puzzle myself, so
And
I'd have to see it to believe it, right? I mean,
maybe
you
the
said it
holy
at the
symbol would be enough.
Hmm?
possibly.
perhaps you
You said
never
it at
know.
the eastern edge of the Neverwinter Wood.
Uh, yeah, I don't have a map right now, but I could show you if you give me a map.
Do we have a map anywhere?
Yes. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Here, and Alva will pull the map
Oh.
out of her satchel and hand it over to
The
Gwen.
no, Alva would have the goblin map.
You pull out the goblin
Oh.
map.
The Gob map. You said
Oh.
map. That's what
Who wrote this? 3 more black stone pieces. Huh. Looks like they tried to spell Tal Undrith and couldn't figure it out the first couple of times. Goblins, huh? Underground Dwarven Temple, yeah, they got that right. Yeah, it's over in the Star Meadow Hills, east of the... You follow the river, it'll go right to it, it looks like. Looks like it'd be north of Coneyberry.
How far?
Gibbet Crossing, it's near the temple too, but it's much, much deeper underground. It used to be a trading hub that grew where the tunnels kind of met. They say Deep Gnomes, Drow, and even Dwergar worked there once, and together even. They're all gone now, though. History told us that mind flares surged through the Underdark centuries ago, and like a terrible tide, consuming or oppressing everything that kind of came across. You guys were asking about mind flares earlier. That's really all I know. Gibbet Crossing, of course, fell, and Tal Undrith fell, and legends say that the mind flayers even breached the crypt. Maybe that's what this fancy Marthungrim was up to. I don't know.
Possibly.
Where'd you get this map at? To
The-
town. This town? What town is that?
Alva, we got what in the Zor's Rest?
Oh, why didn't you show this to me when I was at? Oh, this is. Oh, the
Because
goblins
Alva
made
was not
this.
here.
Oh. Oh, okay. 3 more black stone. Do you know what the stone pieces they're talking about?
No clue.
Huh.
So we said it's north of Coneyberry. You know anything about Coneyberry and how far it is?
Well, Coneyberry's just down the Triboard Trail. It's a ruin now. Nothing but undead there. That's why most caravans usually tend to have a bit of backup with them.
Right.
Mhm.
Undead.
Wait, what did the goblins take from... They broke a bunch of stuff and stole things. Didn't they?
Yeah, I think from the shrine there was a black stone there.
I took a black stone from the shrine and black stone I think from was it the mining's exchange?
Yeah,
Or the forgot. Or
the cornerstone of the mining exchange.
Huh.
and a piece of wood, I think. Or something in the bar? Or was there
Yeah,
a
we couldn't
stone
tell
at
if
the
they
bar?
broke the bar or.
You guys didn't ask what was missing from the bar.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
exactly why he's not sure.
3 more stones. There's 3 X's, one with each Gibbet Crossing, the Crypt, and Tal Undrith. What do they want the stones for, though? What stones? This is quite a confusing. Goblins with rocks. Doesn't seem right.
So
Would the goblins want to take the townspeople? Because seems like a lot of town people here are missing now.
What would they want with townsfolk?
We don't know.
Huh.
Labor?
Maybe.
Was there anyone besides goblins over at where you went to Zorzala? The rest?
There was
the
these
dwarf,
dwarves that
like
with these like green crystals embedded in their body skulls.
Right, dwarves, okay. I don't know
And they
anything
were just
about green crystals.
digging or looking for rocks.
Were they
Minerals?
following someone? Usually goblins
Oh,
tend
no.
to follow like A bugbear or someone stronger or something.
I mean, there was a big goblin that would psychotic goblin, to put it, psychic, that we ended up killing, almost killed all of us, but
Goblin with psychic powers. That's a new
oh
one for
yeah,
me. They're
they
usually
had a
not
lot of
smart
those
enough.
psychic powers. I mean, he probably was that crystal embedded in his head that was giving him these powers.
Yeah, the crystals had some sort of magic force to them.
Alpha, give me a intelligence check. A nat 20. As you're talking about the crystals embedded in these creatures, you remember when the chief goblin there, when his crystal broke in his head, he heard voices. It didn't sound like goblin voices. Multiple voices, too. Seemed like they were trying to speak to the goblin.
So one of the things we noticed, Gwen, was that one of the goblins who had this thing, these stones embedded in their head, we saw one that shattered. But afterwards, we were hearing these strange voices.
Wait,
Like-
I didn't hear anything.
Everyone else was unconscious.
Yeah, exactly.
Afterwards, I heard some strange voices, and it sounded as though they were trying to tell the goblins what to do. It was very strange.
You remember what they said?
Nope.
With a nat 20, you would remember exactly what they said. It was just a day ago.
I don't remember.
I mean, maybe
Sorry.
not exactly, but you would remember bits and pieces. That this is what they said.
All
You
right,
can
that's what they said.
paraphrase how you want.
So wait, am I the only one that heard this?
Yes.
Yes.
Because everyone else was unconscious.
I can't remember this one. I'm sorry.
It was when I had a hell of a fight.
It was at the very end
Oh
of the
yeah,
fight.
that was like I was the last one standing.
Yep.
Okay. And
Got
what
saved by a
did I
mystical
hear again?
force.
You heard that in the chat.
To the chat.
You can
Oh,
paraphrase it
sorry.
however you want.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm standing around and I'm the only one left standing because I'm obviously naturally the best fighter of us all, and the most intelligent and talented.
A loud
And
snore
I-
comes from Isabel in the corner. You say that.
Clearly. And so I hear this voice and it says, "Now you've succeeded." And that the 4 shards are going to arrive soon, and 3 remain to be found. It sounded like someone was talking to someone else, but they said collect the shards from Talhundrith, the crypt of Talhund, and Gibbet Crossing, and then bring them to us. And then you'll be reborn greater than you can imagine, and Phandelver shall become yours.
Oh. So Vandalen is probably the town they're talking about in that little map you got there. Still don't
Yeah,
know
but
what
what-
shards. Who are these?
What's important about you would look around, little tiny useless mining town.
Oh no, Vandalen is so something of great importance, especially with the mine that Cal was telling me about, the Wave Echo Cave. That was used to be a booming mine town.
Yes, 600 years ago.
Oh, it was only 400 years ago.
Same thing.
Oh. Well, some of my relatives remember it. Great trade negotiations. Maybe not as long a life as those elves, but I heard good things
Right?
about it.
I mean, with the small increase with simply Cal's operation, Vandalen's been brought back to life quite a bit, I'd say.
Yeah, but what would Goblin have wanted?
Who knows what they want and why they want it?
It might have something
What's
to
that?
do with those voices. Some overlords or whatever. The psychic powers. This doesn't seem right.
Not for
Right.
goblins.
Maybe you should go. You and your friends should go check out
So
Talundrith
the
or Gibbet
Talandra,
Crossing, but it's really deep if you go to Gibbet. So Talundrith is a little. Uh,
so
I know
Talandra
more
and the
about it.
Talandra and the crypt are gonna be in the same place, one below the other.
Well, they're all kind of around about the same area. It's just Gibbet Crossing is just a lot deeper. Yeah, the crypt should be below Talendrith. I don't know other than the stories I've heard. Seems like this paladin fellow is trying to root out ghosts there. Wonder if they're still around.
Well, we can find them and lay them to rest.
Laying ghosts to rest. That sounds intriguing.
I mean,
But these
you know why?
goblins, there's something there, right? An old dwarven sites. I
There's
don't know what to make of all of it, to be honest.
strange things are afoot. Ghosts and goblins.
Ghost. Like I said,
Slithery
ghost.
creatures,
Ghouls.
mind
Tentacles.
Ghost?
flayers.
Ghost is probably one that we can, like I said, easily put to rest. If we did, they probably just have something that they have to do. We can help them out. But psychic
It
goblins.
says here he was going to destroy the ghosts to put them to rest.
However you want to do it, and there's probably multiple ways of doing it.
Are wisp of willows a form of a ghost?
Yes.
They're lingering dead who are angry about something, usually. But no memories. It's not the spirit, but it kind of is. I don't know too much about will-o-wisps, I'm being honest. Undead isn't my specialty. I'm more, as I said, I did my thesis on dwarven history, but goblins have always been personal interest of mine, just not so, not a lot of people like to study about goblins, so,
I
you
mean,
know.
I don't believe the goblins would leave much things to really study.
Oh, you'd be surprised what you can learn from like the bones and just watching how they live and maybe they didn't leave anything, but well, everything leaves something.
Indeed. Well, dealing with ghosts is something that I have a proclivity towards. If we do want to head to the crypt, I would not mind assisting a fellow paladin.
Well, you'd have to go through Talendrith first.
Yeah, and I would have to find Alan and up there. It's gonna be a few days, and with only one horse.
How far is 1,200?
Well, overland, you have to find the entrance first. If you
Overland.
follow the edge of the river, the Neverwinter River, it'd probably be about 3 days. A horse could make it in 2, maybe, if you all rode fast.
Overland,
Mhm.
so you know of another way than traveling by foot.
Well, you'll have to find the entrance to Talendrith. Probably been lost to time. But this
Do
one
you know
points it out
anyone?
right at the edge of the river, so that's a good spot, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would say so. Do you know of anyone who might have more information on the history of Talhundred than?
Oh, no, you're looking at probably your best bet for what you'd want to know about Talhundreth.
Yeah, I figured as much. No offense. I don't mean meant no offense by that if I came out that way.
Well, as I said, I did my thesis on Dwarven history. Talhundreth is a Dwarven temple in history. So, you just got to
Uh,
put those stones together.
you ever seen
Yeah,
it?
I know. I just thought someone who may have seen it, been there.
Oh, well, probably this fella here who has succumbed to his wounds, probably.
Yeah, but have you ever seen it?
No.
Would you be able to, if you studied everything, would be able to help us find the entrance?
Uh, I suppose I could. I'm not much of a travel. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Uh, I don't know. You folks seem to get in a lot of trouble. I'm not one for battle and all that. I don't want to end up like good old the dwarf here, Marthungrim. I don't want to end up like him.
Yeah, but the way that I understand it is we can find the entrance, but only if we really know this religion. Can we get through the seal of the crypt or the temple?
Oh, I'm sure that's just old folktale. I bet you can figure it out. They just said it was going to be easier for those clerics of Dumathoin. I'm not a cleric either or a priest. Sure, the secrets under the mountain are all of the dwarven pantheon's all right. Dumathoin's probably a personal favorite, but Moradin, watches over all of them, father of us all.
You see, Wyclaw, look at her go. She knows a lot.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, we could. It looks like that just to save Phandelver, we're going to have to go through this. And you have all of this great knowledge that we don't have.
I'm not one for delving. I'm better at the books and the looking at artifacts.
I mean, there's gonna be tons of
Think of the
artifacts.
knowledge you'll find and discover.
It's going to be completely impractical for us to bring back all the artifacts that you can possibly find.
Mm-hmm.
It's really your only chance to see them. I
um,
personally will protect you.
Well
You would become
protected.
famous as a great scholar with what you could find.
you guys really want to bring her with you, huh?
No, I'm just trying to persuade her. It's more of that.
Uh,
I don't want to bring her. I feel like she would just be a burden because we'd have to worry about.
Yeah, you're probably right, Ali. I don't think she's got it in her.
well, as I said, I'm not much of ghosts and whatever else might be lurking there. I just don't. Um, I don't
Right.
know. I don't think it's for me.
In that case, be able to write for us everything you know about Talhundred in the crypt.
Everything I know, I'd have to fill at least 10 tomes with it.
Well, I mean,
Even probably the library all the
the
way in
important stuff,
Candlekeep wouldn't have all the information.
the important stuff you think we probably would need. Think you
Um,
could do 1 or 2 pages of information that you think we would need?
what information? I'll give that a think, and see what I can come up with. I
I
mean,
mean, you've got all day because we're probably gonna leave next thing in the morning.
oh,
He
okay.
says that as he looks at the rest of the group, basically seeing if they agree that they will not leave tonight.
Uh, are we? There's Daisy the cow, and we got to collect at least some goods, rations. I'd love to bring some holy water with us.
Holy
Holy
water is a
water
good
is a
idea.
great idea.
Like I know there's a vault. They got an armory. I even had like, there's a training master there or something.
Where?
Why don't we ask the town master if he can supply us with anything we need?
In Talundrith.
Okay.
Of
Thanks.
course, there was like a library as well. I bring back any books if they've survived, although I doubt they have. It was centuries ago.
Right. All right. So, like I said, if you can write maybe on 1 or 2 pages the information you think would be useful to us,
Sure,
know.
I'll try to compile the centuries of information down to a few
Well,
paragraphs.
centuries. I mean, there has to be maybe like the kind of if they put traps in their temple, that kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Well, it's secrets, so you gotta think like someone who's hiding secrets. I don't know about traps. That's not. Yeah, okay, maybe. Maybe. Don't grab the gems.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I think that's usually a pretty good one. Like a lot of statues of Demethoin have false gems in them to kind of trick burglars and such, and
Oh no.
Yeah,
often ends in bad stuff.
I think
Can
we
we
figured that
leave
one out.
those two behind?
Yeah, I guess I might have to.
I think we figured that one out
I mean, stuff
quickly
lying
when
around. If there were any traps, I'm sure they're all gone by now. It's centuries. Whatever's dwelling within, if anything, who knows? Maybe it's empty.
yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't bet on it being empty. All right. We got stuff to do before the afternoon goes to waste.
Yes. Some things must be done.
All right, and then
I'll actually
gonna
bring
have
you to
some-
this map.
we're gonna have to go to in the morning, Polly. Either get another horse or get a wagon to move down there.
Well,
Unless you all wanna-
wagon would be the same speed as just walking, unless you want to just carry a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's just the thing. If we wanna have more stuff.
Mhm.
So let's go get rid of that demonic cow and
Yeah, then we'll have to run our plan by Callan and Isabel.
yeah, well, wherever Cal went, probably in the mine, so he's not gonna be back until tonight.
He just said he went to
probably.
check on his cousin. They got a windmill.
All right. He's probably gonna be in the windmill, or we can wait for him in town here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say as you all try to figure out your plan for the evening before setting off for a ancient dwarven temple and possible crypt. Not too far away, just at the edge of the wood. That will be a good spot for us to end tonight as you contemplate all of the things, and yeah, we'll pick up there next week and find out how it goes in this old place. Yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and tune in next week for more Phandelver and below. Good night, Internet.
Good night. Good
Play safe.
night. Good night.